Hello and welcome to another episode of One Fall WrestleCast Live. Tom and I are here. Road to WrestleMania thing. We're off. Oh, my internet. Okay, there we go. So Tom and I are going to talk about that. Drew McIntyre talks about being creatively satisfied. Also, Dave Meltzer does Dave Meltzer things. Janelle Grant's back in the news. We've got a lot to talk about. We'll catch you on the other side.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
What's up, dude?
Nothing. Just doing.
Been
watching Long Tom Silver today because it's been watching Black Sails.
Are cursed.
I love it. I love every blurb that Danhausen almost took a bump. Almost got a skull-crushing finality, but then the lights turned off and they turned right back on, and he's hustling. Made me laugh.
Yeah, that shit's hilarious.
They are knocking it out of the
he
park.
started that gimmick a couple of weeks ago during a commercial break, right? Oh, they can see me. They see where I'm going.
They've knocked every little bit of that out of the park every time because they never insert him in anything important, but he's always just around.
Well, I mean, he is the reason that Dominic Mysterio is no longer the Intercontinental Champion.
I mean, that was. I don't think you could have had Danhausen show up and be like, "Oh my God, we have to put him on screen with Dirty Dom." There was no point in time where that was not this is going to be a great moment. Let's start here.
Yeah.
It was great.
And that's exactly where they started. And then the bumpy road for Dom began.
We haven't had to look at Danhausen and Dom since. And, they bring it up occasionally in commentary. Danhausen cursed him. But, it's the way they're handling it is this is what AEW should have done with Danhausen. Perfect.
And what we thought AEW was going to do with Danhausen.
We talked about it beforehand for weeks and weeks. Oh, they'll just have him do this. They won't have him wrestle.
Yeah.
And then they put him in a faction with Orange Cassidy. We were like, what the fuck is happening
Huh?
Exactly.
You want me to go to Orange Julius?
I mean, 6-man tag matches every week?
Oh, I'm on the
Orange
table
Julius?
under the ring? I mean, that was dope that time that
Adam Cole pulled him out.
Yeah, Adam Cole pulled the table out and Danhausen was there.
That was good. That was a great that was probably his best moment in AEW. I will say.
I agree.
But they should have done more of that. They that's the only one they did. It should have been just that over and over and over. Which is
I'll be
WWE
really
did.
interested. I'll be really interested to see what they do with him as we get closer to WrestleMania, whether or not they're going to use him at WrestleMania, what that's going to look like. I mean, he seems to, by all accounts, be killing it. I've not seen too much negative about Danhausen on the old interwebs.
No, I've not seen any since the
outside
debut.
of his debut.
Yeah, since the debut, I've not seen anybody be like, "Boo, this stinks." It's no, this is good. They're nailing it every time, and I think a lot of that's him. I think he's been given the sort of maybe at least ability to suggest where he could be most useful, and I don't think he's wasted a single opportunity yet. So
I don't think so, not at all. I mean, and he's been on pretty much every show. I've not watched NXT in weeks, months even, and so I've not known if he's been on there.
I don't think he's been on NXT, but they've basically ping-ponged him. He's been on Raw and then on SmackDown, I think, every week. I don't think he's been on NXT yet. I've watched a little bit of NXT. I watched Stand and Deliver, which was good.
I did not. I heard it was very, very good. So we will not be discussing that show today. So if you're here hoping that you're going to get our takes on Stand and Deliver, you are not. So, but overall, I heard that it was a pretty solid show. It
might be my match of the week.
Wow, there's that.
It might have held my match of the week, but otherwise.
Well, there you go then. Can't lose them all, right? So speaking of, I'm visiting another location of the company that I work for, trying to support on Wednesday, and I look up, and on the TV, I hear, "Hey, Judas, in my mind," and I look up, and Chris Jericho is standing in the middle of an AEW ring.
Sure was.
Surprised?
Me? No. I've been expecting.
He looks like $1 million. I will say.
He honest to God, he's in better shape now than he was like in that you just made the list, that run. Dude's he looks like
a thing that said nobody is in better TV shape than Chris Jericho on a vacation.
Yeah. That certainly seems to be the case. But Homie looks like he lost like 65 pounds.
Yeah. His abs actually are abbing,
Yeah, they're abbing.
Unlike the last time when he looked like Steven Tyler's, twin sister.
He did. He looked like his abs.
He looked like he was Janie. That he was Janie, and he had a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His abs looked drawn on.
I'm lagging a little bit here.
It's okay. His abs were looking drawn on.
Yes, they did with his. Yes, they were. Spray tanned on.
That's exactly what it was.
So, what do you think this does for AEW?
I mean, I think it's what it does for like the internet being mad that Chris Jericho didn't show up in WWE. It's pretty clear now that he didn't leave. Right, but it's pretty clear now that he didn't leave AEW yet. What does this do for Chris Jericho? I mean, clearly he's a babyface again because he's using the Judas song that came out to Judas. I don't know. I think they just let him reinvent himself or let him just be Chris Jericho, be babyface Chris Jericho for a little while. I don't know what they're going to do with him, who they're going to have him feud with, but that's really where it is. Do they get him? He got a big pop for his return, but do they put him right into a feud that sucks again? Are we annoyed with Chris Jericho again in another month, 2 months?
Yeah.
Is it like, oh God, get him back off our screen, put him back on vacation?
It could be any of those things. We'll just have to very much pay attention and see how that goes. But the rumor mill is churning that he did sign a new contract with AEW because WWE wasn't really offering the run that he was anticipating. So, obviously, private company, we won't get much information on his contract. We'll get a yes, he extended, or no, he didn't. So we won't know much outside of that, if we know anything at all.
Well, he did say he's home now. That was
he did say he was home.
Announcement. He's home. So I think that at least alludes to the fact that he has signed an extended contract. His being home per se.
But I don't know. I think it's a good thing for AEW and Jericho, but I don't think it's the best thing for Jericho, especially if he starts, getting some loopy ideas again and nobody's there to check him.
Yeah, and I don't think that's not what's going to happen. I think, he'll get a little babyface run probably. I know Samoa Joe's out with injury. I don't know that we've ever seen Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho, but that might be something I'd like to see before they're both said and done. Especially, it's mostly like, on the mic and pushing each other around a little bit. And I can't imagine the match will be particularly wonderful between the two of them at this point in their careers. I mean, Joe could still go to a degree. I guess Jericho can a little bit, but I don't think they're going to be burning anybody's houses down.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we also haven't seen Chris Jericho in the ring in over a year, so
That's true. That's fair.
we don't know what kind of ring shape he's in, or if he can still work or not work. I'm assuming that he's in pretty good shape. He looks to be in good shape, so hopefully he's in good ring shape, and maybe we get a little flash of the Chris Jericho of old.
Again, I mean, I think that, to my knowledge, I don't think that I've seen Jericho versus Samoa Joe. They're both not going to be wrestling that much longer. It doesn't sound like the worst idea to me.
No,
it doesn't even need to be for a title, really.
As long as I don't have to see him do another fucking ballroom ballad with MJF, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean
that won like real awards.
Real awards for being real bad. yeah, it did.
The New York Times gave it an award or some shit, like best TV segment of the year or something like that.
No, I thought it got razzed real hard, at least by the dirt sheets.
Well,
maybe the New York Times loved it. I don't know. They don't seem like the wrestling fan type.
I mean, that would make sense why it fucking got TV segment of the year if that's the case. Like, I don't know, man. It was real bad. I wasn't a fan of it. I know there were people that enjoyed it, but
we weren't two of them, that's for sure.
No, we were not. Especially because that was very much during the time when AEW promised to be an alternative.
Right, and it was like Vince would absolutely do this shit. Did Vince write that? I think that was the joke we made. Did Vince write that? I think Vince wrote that because that was like when WWE was almost unwatchable. I think that happened in 2019.
Yeah, that's probably right. Because they started off in 18. Well, no, Jericho was the champion during that time with that.
I think so. Hold on.
Then that would have had to have been 19.
Yeah. When did the MJF opera thing happen? October 21st, 2020. We were just shy. Just that shy of okay. We were close.
So then was MJF the champion during that time? Or was that when the Pinnacle and the
Yes.
And the Inner Circle were kind of beefing?
They were beefing and then coming together, and then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or right before MJF left the Inner Circle to form the Pinnacle, where nothing happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, because he was trying to get into the Inner Circle. Yeah. It was bad. Nonetheless, it was bad.
That was probably the worst part of that, because the rest of that was actually pretty good. That Inner Circle stuff, pretty good. That was probably the absolute worst segment of all of that, though, for sure.
Yo, for sure. Wasn't good. It wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't good. So, sticking a little bit here with AEW, I saw an interesting thing today that I thought I would bring to you. And like, for the sake of our show, we'll call it the top 100. But Dustin Rhodes asked a question on X today, very early in the day. Said, just a fun question for y'all, nothing serious. In my 38 years of wrestling, where would you put me between 1 and 500? Do I even make the list? Don't worry, I have thick skins. If you guys don't think so, that's fine. Where does Dustin Rhodes fit on your top 500, or in this case, for our show, 100?
I don't think he makes it into my top 100 of all time.
of all time?
No,
Really?
no, he doesn't.
Buddy, I don't know about all that. Friend of the
No.
show, Pat Martin, would
I mean, I understand that Pat would probably put him in
sternly disagree with you.
I'm sure Pat would put him in his top 10. I don't think that. No, I don't think I put him top 100.
He doesn't hit your top 100.
I don't think so. No,
that Gold Dust character was fucking revolutionary.
It was great. It was great. It was good. It was revolutionary. But you know what? It was. I feel like it was so start-stop. As somebody who watched a lot of wrestling, particularly at that, he had a lot.
It wasn't stop at first.
That first, like, you can't. I don't remember, but I feel like that initial, like, yeah, maybe it was like he had a good year and a half, but it just never went anywhere. It was so start-stop after that. You know, like it just.
But he does fall in your top 500.
I'd say he falls in the top 500. So probably somewhere in the top 200, maybe 250 for sure. I'd say so. Yeah.
You can name 249 other wrestlers that you would rather watch than Goldust.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if I sat down and actually thought about it and wrote it out, for sure. And this is him.
Is Yokozuna on that list?
Yeah, probably. Early Yoko, for sure. Sergeant Slaughter would be on that list. The Iron Sheik.
Yeah, before.
Who else?
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper for sure.
Macho Man.
Macho Man's like top 3. Easy. Ric Flair, Sting. I'd probably put both the Outsiders on there.
Yeah, Ric Flair's on the show's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. I'd put both the Outsiders. Probably most of the NWO I'd put on there. Maybe except, like, was Disco Inferno ever
okay, wait. Most of the NWO, like, what are we talking about here? Like, we talking the original 3 and Bischoff, or are we talking about, like, the fucking NWO when it was oversaturated and everybody was in the NWO?
When it, like, expanded to, like, also include Dennis Rodman, I'd say that's about as far as I would go.
Hey, Dennis Rodman's going in the Hall of Fame this year.
He is. He should. He should have gone in a long time ago. He should have gone in a long time ago.
That's phenomenal.
It is.
That's phenomenal. I'm excited about that. This Hall of Fame class is actually pretty good this year. You got AJ Styles, Stephanie McMahon.
Are you back?
I think.
Okay. Who killed the hamster?
I hate this fucking thing. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Wild work. It's frustrating. I'm sorry. But I mean, the Hall of Fame class got AJ, Stephanie, Dennis Rodman, Demolition. Who else?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. Psycho Sid Vicious. Yeah, Psycho Sid. I think. Hold on, I can look this up. Hall of Fame 2026. It's like a card. I'll find it. It is Stephanie, AJ, Demolition, Psycho Sid, and Bad News Brown. That's the other one.
That's who it was.
Yeah, Psycho Sid, Bad News Brown.
I didn't hear about Bad News Brown. That's good.
In the Legacy Wing, and then the Immortal Moment Award, WrestleMania 3 between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, and that'll be it.
Good Hall of Fame class this year. Real good Hall of Fame class this year. Who headlines that, Stephanie or AJ?
So the headliners, it's listed as 3 of them. So Stephanie, AJ, and Demolition. It's who goes on last? It's
got to be AJ, right? Like,
I think so.
I think Stephanie probably says, no, I absolutely go on before Demolition and fucking AJ. Like,
That's yeah, and I think it depends on who inducts who. If Triple H inducts Stephanie or Shawn Michaels inducts Stephanie, we see them all the time. They'll go. Stephanie will go first. I don't know who. Did the Undertaker say he's inducting AJ?
I think the Undertaker's probably going to be the one to induct AJ.
That seems right to me. Unless because otherwise you'd have to like have Carl Anderson do it or something, and it's like that doesn't.
I'd be all right with that.
I would be too, but that's ESPN.
I think that, but the problem is Gallows will be there too, and like they would do it together because like I think that, in all honesty, in my opinion, I feel like Carl Anderson would give a stellar speech by himself. But if you have Gallows there, they would mix in some shtick, and I don't think that it would get its point across the same way. No. So I think it's got to be the Undertaker.
Yeah, I think yes, it's got to be the guy who was the last guy to.
Yeah, and the guy that calls the shots for the Hall of Fame. Just saying.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Did you see the thing Finn Balor talked about this past week in an interview that because the Undertaker's like running creative for Triple A. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, and Finn was talking to him.
Did not know that. And Finn said that it was really interesting pitching DiManito to the Undertaker for the match against fucking Mr. Iguana. He's like, I got this fucking thing. He's like, I'm real excited. And then he's like, fuck, there's the dead man. I gotta pitch him on this. And he's like, I got this little sock puppet. Like
I got to get this over to the fucking Undertaker. Like, God damn it. Yeah, that was that. I thought that I found that to be a very amusing story as well. I thought,
yes.
I'll tell you what. You know what? If Finn Balor, he's not going to. Finn Balor would be a good guy to induct AJ.
Yeah.
They dodged each other on the Indies though, while they were both coming up. But then they spent a decade, in WWE together. And obviously, Carl is Finn's friend too, so it's like they have the same best friends.
Yes.
Damn it, Carl.
Oh, hello, Carl. It's nice to see you.
Exactly.
So you really wouldn't put fucking Dustin Rhodes in your top 100?
No.
That's wild work to me, bro.
No, certainly not.
He's like one of the very first Attitude Era stars. He was an Attitude Era star before the Attitude Era was the Attitude Era. And
I'll tell you,
wouldn't put him in your top 100.
I'll tell you who else I wouldn't. Val Venus. I wouldn't put him in there in my top.
He 100. Didn't do anything. He hasn't done anything of note. I mean, Jesus Christ, he was like the European hardcore champion for like 14 minutes once.
He was the Intercontinental. No, he was an Intercontinental champion. He and Goldust feuded over the Intercontinental title.
No fucking shot. I don't remember him being an IC champion.
I guarantee you I'm right on this.
I don't remember that at all. And if he was, that's a goddamn travesty.
All right, hold on. He was the Intercontinental champion twice.
Oh my God! For what? Like 14 minutes?
Hold on. Val Venus, IC.
That makes me want to fucking throw up in my mouth.
All right. It was okay. Let's see. Twice, both reigns occurring once in 1999, once in 2000. He defeated Ken Shamrock.
That makes sense because he was fucking his porn star sister at the time.
Yeah, at that happened at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where isn't that where Owen Hart died?
No, Owen Hart died at Over the Edge.
Over the Edge,
St. Louis. Right.
And then he beat Rikishi in 2000. And then he lost. He was the one that lost it to China in 2000. And then he was also the one that lost it to Road Dogg after his first
somebody had to do it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he wouldn't be in my top 100 either. Road Dogg would, however.
Road Dogg by himself, or Road Dogg is with the Age Outlaws?
Oh, but both of them just as a whole. I loved Road Dogg as even when Billy Gunn was hurt and he was the Intercontinental Champion and he had his own little singles run for a hot minute. Like
but
that.
it was okay that he was the roadie for a little while. You're not going to hold that against him.
No, I'm not going to hold that against him. I didn't hate that he was the roadie, that he would sing.
In my name, that whole gimmick. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that gimmick.
Yeah,
it was fine.
It's fine, huh?
It was fine. You're just so upset that You're just so upset that I don't.
Top 100 nod, but the great. You know what? This segment right here. This may be the thing that sends friend of the show Pat Martin over the edge.
Because I don't think he's a top 100. Like, where are we cutting off? Are we like not putting women in the top 100? Are we not putting like? I feel like there's I'd say he probably comes in somewhere around 110, 120.
You're gonna put the fucking Fabulous Moolah before Gold Dust, or maybe Sable.
I mean, 16-year-old me would put Sable on it, not Gold-Dust. That's for sure.
16-year-old me would put Sable on it also, but
I mean, I can't say that Rena Marrow's done anything of note since then. Or no, not Rena Marrow Lesnar. I mean, she did marry Brock Lesnar. So.
Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I wonder how that's going for her, with all this Janelle Grant stuff.
I don't know. Again this week too, because they mentioned him because Stephanie came out and Cody was like, "And you're not your father." Didn't even say his name.
Didn't have to.
Not Joe Hendry over here.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Vinnie Mac.
Apparently, what happens now is
that was a good bit, and it probably didn't fucking hit. Did you?
It actually did. You froze, but the clip, the sound went through.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
All right, it did. It was good. But now it's say his name and she appears. And I think you know who she is. Janelle Grant appears whenever Vince's name is invoked. She's like, "Hey,
yeah, for sure."
And the dirt sheets fucking eat this up.
Yes.
So here's my theory on all this, and I'm not going to go back in.
For sure.
We've beat that horse to death, whether or not she was okay with it and money ran out, and that's whatever. It's the dirt sheets that sort of every time this comes out, she's like, they're like, we have new information. And then you read it and there is not new information. But this time it highlighted two different things. The first one being Brock Lesnar, where allegedly, when Brock Lesnar was given her contact information, it was not his direct name, but he was going under the alias of Polish Joe. That's right. Polish Joe, which is my new favorite alias for anybody that I've ever heard. It's hilarious. That leads me to the thought of like, did she ever even talk to Brock Lesnar, or did she just think, who's the biggest person who would have been around at the time? I'm not quite sure who Polish Joe was because all I did was send him naked pictures. It's got to be Brock Lesnar. So Polish Joe, the world-renowned heavyweight champion of the world, the reigning, defending, undisputed Polish Joe. So that was the one thing. The other thing that was deemed as new information, which it's not, was that, Nick Khan knew all about it. And the article goes on to say that Vince had taken it to Nick Khan because it was getting out there, because obviously it was getting out there, right? Like she was employed as a paralegal, presumably not doing paralegal work in the office, but making more money than all of the other paralegals in that paralegal department. And, she was on the WWE payroll, which means there was, budgets set aside for each department. She was eating up a ton of budget from that department whilst not producing money or producing work product from that department because she was very busy producing with the chairman at that point. And, so I'm sure they all knew. They probably didn't like her. Nick Khan comes in. Vince is like, I got to come clean. Her words are that, oh, well, Vince, went to Nick and convinced him that, oh, she's loyal to the company. She's loyal to the company, pal. She would never do anything to hurt the company, pal. And Nick Khan was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, Vince. And that's sort of how the story comes out. And she's trying to make Nick Khan seem like, oh, he was complicit and he knew. However, the facts of the matter are very clear that Nick Khan fired fucking both of them, right? Like, that's the end result of all of this, was that Janelle Grant got fired and then Vince got ousted shortly after, despite being the guy who was almost impossible to oust.
And Nick Khan also offered to relocate her to a different company at one point. Yeah,
it's kind of mind-boggling to me because it was like Nick Khan went in going, oh my God, what in the actual fuck? And like, I'm sure had to like pace around his office and go, I got to get rid of both of them now. This can't work. This is too much. And it's not really even that big, but it's like, and every time it comes up, it's always just coming up when it's like, oh, she was with Vinnie Mac and John Laurinaitis, fucking Johnny Ace. So, Nick Khan comes in, finds out about this. Johnny Ace was gone immediately, if you remember correctly.
Oh, I remember. Vince fired Johnny Ace.
That's right. Johnny Ace was like, Nick Khan. He told Nick Khan about it. Johnny Ace was gone the next day. Johnny Ace was like, oh. Like, fuck you, Johnny Ace. Get out of here. Chooch. Anyway, the Johnny Ace is gone. And then Nick Khan then spends another, it couldn't have been 2 months, which is incredible speed at at a corporate level like that. Couldn't have been 2 months. She was gone. She filed a lawsuit. Vince was gone. It was like boom, boom, just like that. All the while keeping the public face of, oh no, well, this isn't that, and it's not that way. And then, but then as soon as it all came out, it was like, oh, well, Vince is gone. I'm pretty sure this is just more information that like Nick Khan just had like an internal like an internal takeover, and like this is what he used for leverage to just pop everybody else out. But I don't know. There's and the dirt sheets ate it up. There's literally no new information in any of this. There's just none. It's all the same stuff, recycled, retold in a different order, but it's the same thing. And once you've pieced it all together, you're like, oh, when they told Nick Khan he just started firing everybody, and that's where it came down to. First they took out Laurinaitis, then they got Janelle Grant, and then finally after she was fired. That's what I'm watching in Black Sails. This is how all these go.
She was
She was what? No, but anyway, I'm like I said, I'm watching Black Sails, and that's how this all
extremely frustrating right now.
That's how this all goes, is that it's like, oh, if we do this, then this, but what about this? And then over here. And it's like Nick Khan sort of massaged all of that and ended out on top with everything that everybody wanted, which was him and Triple H running everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
A neat peek behind the curtain, I suppose, as she drip feeds this information. But at this point, it's like, oh, now I've made the connection. That's how it happened. That's what happened.
Yep, she just keeps putting more and more details out there for the folks that didn't really dive into the lawsuit that was released and the court filings and et cetera, et cetera. And now, so some of this stuff becomes kind of new information recognition to those folks, but not Tom. Tom been all over this since the beginning.
Yeah. And now I've just come to the conclusion that it was just an internal hostile takeover, and this was the leverage that happened. And that's why everybody's gone, and why who's at the top is who's at the top. See, you don't have to put your head in your hands. It's going to be okay.
This connection right now is just extremely frustrating.
Well, it usually goes like it gets all static when we talk about Janelle Grant. I think it's her. It's like her. She's bewitched your computer.
Could
Cursed.
Be. You are cursed.
Uh-oh.
Frustrating.
Yes. I hear something I might need to attend to real quick. Can you grant me a slight reprieve? 2 minutes. I will be right back.
Yes. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Yeah, Tom takes care of that. Let's see if I don't know. This actually, you can hear me. This works. This talks. I don't know. You know, I apologize. It frustrates nobody more than me whenever my connection does not feel stable. But I cannot believe for 1 second that Tom thinks there's 249 guys that he would put before Dustin Rhodes. I just that's astonishing to me. I just don't agree with that take. I'd say he's probably in my top 100 for sure. I mean, you know, probably 80s, 90s, something like that, I'd have to say. If I were to put a number on it, the character was revolutionary back in the Attitude Era. Never seen anything like that. You know, and then he's evolved, and I mean, he continues to put on good matches even in his 50s. I don't know, like his shit early on in WCW when he was the Natural wasn't the greatest. You know that the bunkhouse brawl with the 18-wheeler, the stable on wheels, that wasn't great. That was Dustin. You know, some of that stuff wasn't great. You know, and then he did his whole thing as Goldust, and life was good, etc. He's back.
We had to deal with a tummy ache. I thought it might have been something else, but situation may be developing. I gave her a Tums. We're gonna have her lay still for a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
Hell yeah. I was just arguing your point that that you had 49 people in front of Dustin Rhodes on your all-time list.
I said he'd be in the 110s, 120s.
Oh.
He must have lagged out at that moment.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
Gaslighting you into pulling it back down?
Yeah, is that what we're doing? Okay, because I know you said 250s. Okay, let's not make things up. Okay. Let's not make up fantasy events in real places that never happened. All right.
It's all recorded.
I'm just saying.
It's all recorded.
Hey, did you know that WWE gave out 25,000 tickets to fill an empty stadium at WrestleMania in Cleveland?
You know, I had heard that. Except that if memory serves me, WrestleMania never happened in Cleveland. It was never even
what? That can't be real.
Yeah. Who would have said that WrestleMania happened in Cleveland? Who watched WrestleMania in Cleveland?
I mean, I was there. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was there. Who were you sitting next to? Who were you sitting next to?
It was me, Meltzer. It was me all along.
It was me the whole time.
Yeah, that's Uncle Dave said recently that WrestleMania in Cleveland, WWE gave away 25,000 free tickets to fill the stadium. Did he maybe mean SummerSlam?
Maybe. Did he misspeak? Did they have SummerSlam in Cleveland?
Yeah, it was there last year, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, Ashley remembered. Yeah, I don't think they gave away 25,000 tickets to SummerSlam because that was a big show.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a stadium that, in its football capacity, seats 25, 40,000.
I think they're all about. I think they're all about. I think they're all somewhere near 60.
Okay, so we'll call it 60 just to call it 60. You're gonna tell me they gave away 46% of that sold out venue for free?
Brown Stadium holds 67,431. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Even if it's 25%, let's say they packed, which they didn't pack 100,000 people in there.
No, I think they put 80,000, 75,000, something like that.
Yeah, so it's a third. You're right. Like I don't, there's at no point did they give away a third of SummerSlam tickets.
I mean, SummerSlam tickets last year were super cheap, bro. Like I looked day of, because you remember I was on vacation and I sent you a message and I said, "Hey man, you want to go fucking SummerSlam tonight?"
Yes, I do remember this. But it was yeah. It wasn't expensive to go, but maybe that's what he means is, oh, they sold a bunch of tickets for $50. And because that's what they were, I think, at that point in time, right?
Yeah, I mean, day of, like, I found us some pretty good seats that had a pretty good view, and I think they were like $50 or $60 before service charges.
Yeah, and I think some of them were as low. I think that was the one. Some of them were as low as like $8, if memory serves. I think we talked about them being like $8 tickets, day of. But I'm sure they probably did give a few away. 25,000 is a lot of tickets, though. They didn't give 25,000 tickets.
Well, I'm assuming I saw this blurb about with zero context. So, but I'm assuming, and obviously I don't listen to the Wrestler Observer Newsletter podcast, but I'm assuming that this was brought about in conversation about the projected lowest WrestleMania gate live in-person attendance of all time. And I'm assuming that this was based around a conversation on ticket pricing. If I were to bet, that would be the context of this conversation. But I have a really, really hard time believing that WWE gave away 25,000, a third of their seats for free, especially when they're not comping performers any tickets for their family.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like a guy. Hey, you want to go to SummerSlam? Hey, you want to go? That's not a thing that happens anymore. It's just not. I mean, those tickets were sold. I don't even think they sold. I'm sure they said it was sold out, but I don't think it was sold out. There were tickets available day of. We knew that. There were a lot of tickets available day of. It just there was no way. And I just, why does Dave keep just making stuff up?
But I mean, I say this every time we talk about Dave. At this point, he has zero credibility left. And I think he's trying to hang on to whatever he believes is his credibility at this point. And the only way he knows how to do that is to double down on his nonsense.
And he's always been sort of a ratings and attendance guy. That's kind of been his bread and butter as far as like wrestling historian stuff is. When he had insiders in WWE, which he clearly does not have anymore. He has people that directly lie to him now in WWE that he talks to, which, I know one squeaks out every now and then too, and we make fun of him for it. This just seems to be pulled out of thin air because, I mean, I assume he misspoke, which he does all the time, by saying, oh, they gave away WrestleMania tickets in Cleveland. It's like, but we never had WrestleMania in Cleveland. They can't really have WrestleMania in Cleveland because of, it being in April. They kind of need to stick to where the weather is good, either where it's a domed arena or where the weather is going to be good. I mean, it did rain that one WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that was also in Florida, and you expect it to rain.
Yeah.
But those are like generally 10 to 15-minute bursts of precipitation, and for whatever reason, they were in the middle of a typhoon.
Yeah. They got about 45 minutes of precipitation. But that was still like back when WrestleMania was a little more loose as far as how it could go 7 hours and nobody would care, or that was fine.
Well, that was 21. That would have been 21 Samoa Joe and the Poncho, because that was like half attendance at Raymond James.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had the cardboard cutouts.
They did have the cardboard cutouts. And they got cardboard cutouts got rained on.
Yes, they did.
Which was
they
hilarious.
probably spent a ton of money on those cardboard cutouts too.
They for sure did. Probably should have just kept it in the dome with the screens. I actually didn't hate, looking back on it now. That was a pretty creative. It was a pretty ingenious way of doing things. I also liked what AEW did with just having the boys out in the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, WWE followed suit in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane, and then I mean, there were some things AEW did during the pandemic that WWE followed suit on, like moving the hard cam down the ramp and putting the boys in the crowd, especially on NXT.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense in NXT because they were they still at Full Sail, or had they opened the Performance Center yet?
I think that they were at the Capitol Wrestling Center, because I think it opened right around there. So yeah,
because that's I mean, that was just a wild time. But Uncle Dave, I mean, he's really got to get his facts straight before he just comes, especially because like these people are paying money. It's not just some free BS show on YouTube that you can just come out and say whatever lies you want to say. I know that there's like a zillion YouTube British stars who made who made their British YouTube channel big by basically just taking whatever the Wrestling Observer says and reporting it every morning on their own news show. Cultaholic. And who's the other one? It's WrestleLamia. He's the worst because he just half of what he says is completely made up nonsense. It's like he gets the coach is his source. WrestleLamia. The coach is for sure his source.
You leave the coach alone.
He's gonna be right when Bianca Belair doesn't have a finger.
Yeah, she can still wrestle without a finger.
I mean, if it gets cut, I mean, if it's amputated, I suppose.
I mean, her knife edge chop might not be as.
Gonna have to come up with something else.
I mean, that might be a problem, but outside of that, she can still wrestle without a finger. So just because she's training for an in-ring return doesn't mean that he's not right.
Yeah.
Don't you dare besmirch the goddamn good name of Jonathan Coachman.
Why? Did he do something right this week?
Probably not. I mean, just saying. Anybody that teams up with Vince Russo is A-okay in my book. I mean,
oh boy. Anybody who teams up with Vince Russo. I mean,
but again, I think we keep saying this. This is the problem with Dave, right? Like, he just continues to spew bullshit, and I understand he probably misspoke, right? Like, we're WrestleMania season. We understand WrestleMania is on everybody's brain, but like, this is the kind of shit that he does on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's always this. Oh, we gave 25 and it's like, it's not even that, right? Like, we just kind of broke down how it's like, they probably didn't give away 25 that, even if he misspoke, like he's already prefabricated the story. Write it down so that you say SummerSlam.
Yeah. I don't think we're asking too much.
No. At least keep your prefabricated stories and things that actually happened. Just making up events.
Well,
WrestleMania 41 and a half.
I mean, he probably wrote it down, Tom. It probably just on the floor over by the desk.
Oh, it's not near him.
I mean, you know goddamn well you've seen pictures of the man's office. He's not finding anything after he writes things down.
That's fair. He's probably he's sitting on that couch with the microphone, and it's like, where'd I put the? I wrote this bullshit down. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's like 25,000 tickets to WrestleMania in Cleveland. That must have been what I wrote down.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Watch it. It probably was 2,500 to SummerSlam. 2,500 they gave away 2,500 tickets to SummerSlam in Cleveland, I would believe that.
I would too.
I would believe that.
That's like a whole section, like from lower bowl to upper bowl.
I would believe that. However, 25,000 to WrestleMania in Cleveland. There's at least two. That's all three of those things are wrong.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just
memory.
You know, I say this every fucking time, and like I just don't get it. Holy shit!
Oh yeah. Oh, friend of the show.
Talk about friend of the show. This just in. It is currently being reported via former co-host Derek Housen that Albert the River was arrested on April 6th in San Luis Potosi, Mexico on alleged domestic violence charges.
You don't say.
The arrest that followed a 911 call from his girlfriend reporting physical and verbal assault. The report states that the woman suffered injuries to her face and arms. State Civil Guard officers arrived at the scene during the alleged assault and found the victim showing signs of violence, leading to Del Rio's immediate arrest.
This guy can't stop himself. He cannot help himself.
Like, he's back on the WWE payroll.
He can't help himself.
And like they're talking about giving this guy a spot on the main roster.
That's the face of a guy who knows that he fucked up again.
Oh my God.
All of those stories of, oh, he changed. He's different now. This is exactly the same shit. His thing is just, oh, I only beat women a little bit. Like, what the fuck?
That's like saying CM Punk only choked a guy a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it still happened.
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, this is like the third or fourth time. He's fucking Tiger Woods with rolling cars here.
Oh my God, he went there.
Still topical.
Oh my God, he went there. I saw a thing the other day that said Tiger Woods couldn't live in Pittsburgh.
No.
Because, hills and such. This guy rolls over fucking cars on flat ground in Florida. Could you imagine he come down here?
No, I could not. He would. He shouldn't. He shouldn't be driving. So I looked it up because in my head I'm like, oh, what is this? The third time? This is the fourth time that he's had not just a like DUI or whatever, a DUI after a major like crash, like where he's flipped a vehicle, totaled a vehicle, dumped a vehicle off the side of like. It's a wonder he's alive every time. Like he must be rolling these. He must be going super slow and rolling these vehicles at like at like super slow speed. But good Lord, like what? How is he alive?
I have no idea, bro. Like
for the same reason that Alberto Del Rio still has a job. It still continues to get hired. Tiger's rolled 4 cars. Alberto Del Rio's beat up 4 women. that we know of. Oh boy. That we know of. Look, what you do in the privacy of your own.
Oh shit. Hey, I know I just sent the text message, but make sure that you are, if you're hanging out, that you hit that thumbs up button. Maybe even consider subscribing. We would greatly appreciate it. Albert the River.
I mean, this fucking guy. I can't even like. We were always against him coming back. Like, oh well, you know, people are talking. He's a different guy now. He's much older, and everything. And I'm like, no, fuck him. He doesn't get to come back. He's the same guy.
Same guy.
Same guy. Oh,
and he just got himself in trouble a couple of weeks ago for fucking with a fan or something at a show, didn't he?
Oh yeah. I think he yelled at him or cursed at him. I don't think he hit him. Right? Tell me he didn't hit him. This fucking guy. Every time he gets anywhere, it's like he's allergic to comebacks. You know, every time he's like almost like, oh well, WWE bought AAA, and he's the guy in he does great things in AAA, and everybody likes him. Yells at a fan, beats up his girlfriend. He was coming too close to the promised land.
And you know what? Maybe he does these things because he's scared that he's not going to measure up.
So he self-sabotages by finding.
I've seen plenty of people self-sabotage great opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly seems to be one of them.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
That is wild.
Oh, we appreciate that news scoop, Derek. Fucking unbelievable.
Always looking out for us.
What a turd.
No,
not Derek. Fucking
Albert Del Rio. Yeah.
What a fucking turd.
At least kick your own ass. Like,
yeah. Do something fun at least.
Yeah. Get caught like naked in a strip club. Do something.
Albert the River, 48 years old, is being charged with whooping his own ass in the strangest case of domestic violence ever.
Kicking my own ass. Security footage.
You mind?
Security footage inside the home shows that he was the only one there. Shows him smacking his own head down his own marble banister. Was found unconscious in the middle of his living room. No, of course not. Can't hurt himself.
I just got that.
Yeah, I got it. Fucking gotta love Derek. Thanks, Derek.
Definitely. Thanks, Derek. Appreciate you, pal. Unbelievable. I can't believe some people's kids, man.
Right? Just again, and in the same thing. That's the most mind-blowing part of this. It is the same fucking thing.
Some people's fucking kids.
The same fucking thing. How does he keep finding women to date him?
I don't know. Hey. He's probably got a lot of pesos.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like you lose a lot of those when you like hit people, especially women. Like they take those from you.
Yeah, but I mean, Mexico's laws are different than the United States, than America's laws.
But it happened in America too. And clearly they arrested him in Mexico. They might just execute him in a Mexican prison now.
That'd be all right.
I'd be fine with that. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
But probably a lot of corrupt police down there too.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go free. He'll beat her up again.
Yeah,
this isn't the last
time. So our buddy Drew McIntyre was recently on the Chris Van Vliet show.
It was a good interview.
I have not watched it yet, but I do have an excerpt here that I thought was extremely important, considering that you and I have kind of beaten down a little bit on this impromptu Cody Rhodes flip. Drew says that he's very creatively fulfilled in WWE right now. He said very creatively fulfilled. There were a couple of moments where I was like, damn, it sucks personally, but I can also look at the big picture these days. I've been knocked down enough times and fed a few disappointments sometimes where I didn't always deal with it the right way for the bigger picture and understanding. Okay, the company needs this right now. How does this screw me up? It doesn't really. It actually works for the character, and as long as it works for the character, I can be personally disappointed, but professionally, I know I'm still on the right track, and the fans are still.
Uh-oh. You there? Are you gone? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Text from Walt says he's coming back. Computer just hard reset. So he'll be back. He's coming back. We're having technical difficulties today, folks. It was the curse of Albert the River. The curse of Albert the River has sent us afloat down the Rio Grande, also known as Big River. Those of you who don't speak Spanish, and it's become a recurring theme on the show. So if you'd like to continue to see Walt struggle with internet issues, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that button. Subscribe harder if you could, actually. That would be really helpful. And then hit that thumbs up button. And we will all be in real good shape here because then people can come watch Walt and I talk to each other while his computer crashes and he restarts. But it's cool because he's coming back. But occasionally you get like breaking news things because somebody will text us. Usually it's Derek. And he's like, hey, look, Alberto Del Rio was arrested and this came out, 20 minutes ago while you guys were talking. And it's like, oh, Alberto Del Rio, a guy who.
It was my Derek joke.
Oh, who? Okay, yeah. Ashley says who? Who's Derek? Derek is a wonderful little gremlin who sometimes gets on here and paints his face and has a good time. Derek Housen, gotta love him. But I don't know what we were talking about next, but I hope it's something good. Walt's coming back. It's some kind of something. Albert the River. Oh boy. Oh, I know what we're talking about next. And I'm going to let Walt introduce that because we're going to talk about how the internet feels about it and how the internet. I'm going to preface this while Walt is coming back. The internet, I feel like, especially like the internet wrestling community, the IWC, if you will, I am pretty certain that the members of the IWC either just started watching wrestling like this year, or they don't really watch wrestling at all. They actually aren't wrestling fans. They just watch news clips of wrestling or something, or they read little blurbs, or they watch like Instagram reels of wrestling, but they haven't ever actually watched a pay-per-view. They don't know where the pay-per-views are. They don't know how to access them. They not the premium live events. They've never watched a premium live event. They don't have an ESPN subscription in order to be able to watch a premium live event. They probably watch one Raw a month, maybe while they're doing something else. Now, what do you do at 9 p.m. on Monday or at 8 p.m. on a Monday other than watch wrestling? I guess Walt and I talk to each other, but in all reality, like what are we doing? So I feel like I've stalled a long time here. Hopefully this restart comes back soon, bigger and stronger. But yeah, I know what our last little topic is. I'm trying to stall and preface this topic in such a way to where I point out that in order to be able to criticize pro wrestling, you probably should watch pro wrestling. Painstakingly, I watch a good bit of pro wrestling. Not painstakingly, I like it. Obviously, I like it. But there's a lot of people that just don't seem to ever watch pro wrestling, but dislike it anyway. I don't know how you dislike things that you don't have to like. Like there's shows that I don't watch that I have no opinion on. that I don't dislike, because why would I dislike them? I've never seen them. They've never had a significant. That's the one thing. Like, pro wrestling doesn't really have a significant impact of like anything to, worth criticizing to that level. I'm so glad you're back.
I'm hopeful that you just covered Drew for me.
No, I was talking about something else, but yeah, the Drew stuff. What I was kind of leading into was that the internet likes to get mad about wrestling without watching wrestling. And I think Drew fits into that really well, because like everybody gets mad when Drew McIntyre doesn't win a title, or like, isn't the champion, like, but every time, like, Drew's only had good top guy stuff to do, really. Every feud Drew has had has been great. Every title run he's had has led to somebody else, getting put up on a pedestal, and then, Drew has a feud with them. Do I disagree with some of how Drew loses the feuds creatively? Yeah, sometimes, maybe at the very end, but like generally the whole bit of the feud is very good. Drew routinely has the best feud of the year. He certainly did last year against CM Punk. I think his feud with Cody this year was honestly pretty good. Drew really Drew was the highlight of that.
Yeah.
Drew was doing way better than literally anybody else was in there. So
he said that CM Punk Hell in a Cell was the masterpiece of his career.
Now you gotta go.
Okay, I have to go. We're having an match. Okay, I got it. I'm coming. We're having somebody got sick. So I'm sorry.
Her dad. No, hey, are we calling it?
I think I need to call it. Okay.
Okay, good deal. I'll talk to you later.
All right. I'm going. Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, fatherhood speaks, fatherhood calls. You must go do what needs to be done. Obviously, Tom and I had planned to talk about Pat McAfee being inserted into the main event storyline of night one, I'm assuming, with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. We will put a pin in that, and we will hopefully address that next week. Obviously, today, Monday Night Raw is on television, or SmackDown. I don't even fucking know at this point anymore who's who, where is where, because everybody is everywhere. So we'll put a bow on that, and we'll put a pin in that, and then we'll catch you on that one next week. But if you're still here hanging out with us, man, we appreciate you. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up button, maybe even consider subscribing. We would greatly appreciate it. As always, you can check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_fall WC. That's ONE. And as always, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.